Hey everyone, welcome back to Chart Stoppers. Before we get into today's stock, I just need to remind everyone that this channel is about looking at different stocks and mapping out their key support and resistance areas on their daily charts. Also, we will be identifying any trends a stock is in and key technical patterns we can find on the charts. Don't forget that this channel is for educational purposes only, and I am not advocating to buy or sell any of the securities talked about on this channel. But I am here to point out key factors on the charts that do impact the price action of a stock. Also, I provided a link in the description for Webull. You could use it to start an account and you will get 2 free stocks. And don't forget, we will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation for a video, leave a comment below and I will try to get to it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content here. Okay, so let's just get a quick check of the markets today. Today is November 4th, 2021. It is a Thursday, the end of the week, and you could see here the S&P 500 is up today 0.30%. The Dow is in the red today 0.33%, and the Nasdaq is up 0.83%. So a pretty good day to finish to almost finish out the week. Today is Thursday, tomorrow will be the last day of the week. So pretty good day to finish out the week almost. And, after the Fed spoke yesterday, stocks are doing pretty well to finish out yesterday, and they're finishing out today doing pretty well also. So we'll see what tomorrow brings, and hopefully everyone's having a good day today. All right, so let's get into the stock I wanted to take a look at today. Today I'm going to be covering Amazon. I've done a few videos on this one in the past. I will provide a link to the most recent one in the upper right-hand corner. You should be seeing that right about now, and you could go back and check that out if you want to see how I got to where my chart is today. But at the time of this recording, Amazon is currently trading at $3,493.02. It is up $109.02 today, which is the equivalent of 3.22%. So it's having a pretty big day today. In the past week, this stock is up 5.86%. In the past month, it is up 8.15%. In the past 3 months, it's only up 3.38%, okay? So in the past 3 months, it is pretty much flat. In the past year, the stock is only up 10.55%. So for Amazon only being up 10.5% in a year, that's not a good return for a stock this size, okay? For a stock that's over, $3,000, almost $3,500, and you're only getting a 10% return on your money, that's a lot of capital tied up in a stock like this, and only getting 10% of return is unacceptable for that amount of money tied up in this stock. So, not a good past year return for Amazon, but if you pull the chart back, you could see why this company is worth holding on to, because look at the huge run up in the stock if you pull back the chart here. Okay, so this thing's been on a tear before this consolidation right here we've been in for the past year, going back to June of last year where it started here. It got in this consolidation right here, stuck between $3,000 and $3,500, only to briefly break out above that $3,500 area right in here, which was between July and August here, and then it fell back below that 3550 area after it missed earnings back in the end of July here, okay? So let's just get into this chart real quick. You could see the all-time high on this chart is $3,773.08, and we hit that on July 13th of earlier this year. And, like I said, that was during that month period. We briefly broke out. Looked like the stock was going to break out of that area, between 3,000 and 3,550. It did for that month, but then it missed on the earnings and it dropped back in between that area. So it did not break out. It was a false breakout and it dropped in between that support and resistance area. Okay, so let's get into the support and resistance areas. You can see at the top here, I have a line around $3,733. That is where we need to get back up to. We need to close a daily candle above that line there, that price point, if we want to see it make a new high. We were never able to close above there. You could see we did go above there intraday a couple times, but we were never able to close a day above that point. So if we do get back up to that area, we need to see a daily candle close above there if we want to see a new all-time high. Okay, so moving down our chart, $3,553 is where our resistance is, right? Like I said, that is strong resistance. That has been acting as strong resistance going back to August of last year when it got inside this channel. Or actually, you could go back to July of last year if you want to get technical about it. Once it entered into this channel, got past that $3,000 resistance, we got inside this channel and we've been trading in between here ever since. Like I said, between that $3,000 and $3,553 area. Okay, so that's the top of it, and that's our main resistance point. So that's going to be a big area, going forward. If we are to break out of this level, we're going to need to get past that point right there. Going down our chart, we have support at 3,175. Okay, that is what has held up these last two earnings reports that they have missed. Okay, they missed back at the end of July here, and the stock fell from around that all-time high to this point at 3,175, and then it did bounce from that point to the resistance area at 3,553, and then it came all the way back down before earnings, hit that point again, and then it made another bounce. Okay, and then they missed earnings again, and the stock did dip after the earnings, not quite as much though. And you could see these past couple days here have been huge. Okay, we have been on a run ever since the Fed did come out and speak yesterday, I believe it was. And this stock has been on a run ever since Jerome Powell got done speaking. So you could see the two big candles here, these two big daily candles. Today it's up over 3%. So you could see that the market liked what it heard yesterday from the Fed pertaining to Amazon. And going down our chart, you could see that we have our strong support at $3,000. Like I said, that is where we have been trading ever since getting above there. We've never dipped below there, really. We have, a couple days, but nothing crazy to where we have needed to put in another support line. Just a couple, 1 day dips, and then it jumps right back above that line. Okay, so let me just add my moving averages to my daily chart here and see what we're looking at with those. And as you could see, during the last earnings miss, we were able to maintain our 200-day moving average. Okay, so that was very huge for this stock, because if we were to dip below that 200-day moving average here in the yellow, we were looking at testing that 3,175 support line again. And so that was big that held that yellow 200-day moving average. And now we are back above our 50-day moving average, which is here in the dark blue. You could see we just got above that. Yesterday we closed above that with that candle right here. And today we are well above that with the huge day we're on today. We're above our 21-day here in the light blue, also our 8-day in the white. So we're looking good on our moving averages. Not much more to say there. So I'm just going to switch over to our weekly chart. I had a few things I wanted to go over on the weekly chart here. Let's check out our moving averages first. And as you could see on our weekly chart, the 50-period moving average is very important. This dark blue line here, that has been support for this stock. Okay, even throughout all these dips, throughout the earnings misses, the past 2 earnings misses, you could see that this 50-period moving average has been acting as support for this stock. Strong support from this 50-period moving average. So that is very big for this stock. That will keep us upright. And as you can see, it looks like we have broken through pretty strong resistance for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 weeks here. We haven't been able to break through this 21-period moving average here in the light blue. You could see that line right there. That's our 21-period moving average. And as you could see, we've kind of been trading between the 50-period moving average and the 21-period moving average on the weekly chart for the past 5 weeks. We would have the support for the 50-period and the resistance for the 21-period for these past 5 weeks. And now it looks like we've broken through that resistance, and it looks like we're going to close this week above that 21-period moving average that was acting as resistance. So that's a very good sign right there. And that shows that we're gaining momentum and we've been able to break through that resistance. Okay, so that's very good. I'm just going to take these moving averages off because I had one more thing I wanted to point out here, and it has to do with some trend lines. Okay, and I'm just going to draw this quick trend line that I saw, and it had to do with a breakout that might be happening here. So this is an uptrend that I've been seeing with Amazon, and I'm just going to switch this to green to represent an uptrend that I've been seeing. And then I'm going to draw a downtrend that I've been seeing here. You could see here, actually it goes here. So this was, the past couple weeks here coming from that all-time high. And, those missed earnings. These are weekly candles, remember. This is on the weekly chart. So, this is the little uptrend it's been on. This was back in March here, coming from this low in March from that correction we had in the NASDAQ. So remember when this bottomed out at 3,000 back in March during that correction here. And, that was the low of the correction. And we've been uptrending ever since, okay? We've been making higher lows here. You could see the higher lows on this weekly chart. And let me switch this to red, actually, here for you guys. Okay, and this red line, it represents the lower highs that it was making after missing those 2 earnings reports, because it was on a big downtrend that it was stuck in for a while here, okay? It was in a huge downtrend that it was stuck in, all right? And that just formed a pennant formation, as you could see, with these 2 trend lines headed to collide with each other. They are, we're going to cross each other, and that was going to be on, let's take a look at the date here. It was going to be by November 17th, okay? So we still had 2 weeks here before the stock had to make a decision on which way it was going to go. It was either going to have to break this little uptrend it was on the weekly chart here. Remember, we're on the weekly chart, not on the daily chart, all right? So these are weekly candles here, okay? So this little weekly uptrend it was on, it was either going to have to break this and start heading downward, all right? Or it was going to have to break out of this weekly downtrend here and close above this red downtrend line. And look at what has happened this week, all right? It's broken out of this downtrend and it's headed upwards towards that resistance line of $3,553. All right, so that's where I think this stock is headed for sure. Hopefully we can finally get past that resistance, because you could see how many times we've tested that. Once here, twice, third time we broke through it, 4th time. This will be the 5th time testing that resistance. Hopefully we could finally get above that and turn that resistance into support. and never have to worry about that again. But we will see here. All right, hopefully we don't get rejected again. All right, so we're going to have to wait and see, but it appears that this stock is breaking out of the downtrend, and it's going to continue to follow this green trend line upwards here, possibly even an ascending triangle on the weekly chart here going into this resistance. All right, so keep a lookout for that on your chart. As you can see, you know, it's headed upwards towards that resistance, but this is on the weekly chart again, not on the daily chart. All right, so keep an eye on this one for the next couple weeks as it heads towards that resistance. You know, there might be a pullback or two. There might not be. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the past couple days. I mean, this stock's on a huge run here, so we'll see what happens. All right, if you guys like the video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content here. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time on Chart Stoppers.